Hello everyone, and today we're doing an overview slash review of the JND Studios 1/3 scale and Hathaway Catwoman from the Dark Knight Rises movie. This is number 156 out of 800 and pretty much sold out anywhere, at least directly from JND. You may luck out with some extra third-party resellers. Seeing, of course, the outer box and the inner packings as well. It was packaged very well and shipped and arrived here very quickly to the States from direct from Korea. It was shipped out on Tuesday, and today is Thursday, and I received it. As you can see, everything here is packed very well. Both the figure and then the few pieces that do come with it are very well packaged. There was no scratches, crinkling, or anything. Everything was packed very well and kept very safe. Let's do a quick overview of the upper tray. Includes the figure and the accessories. And underneath is just a simple base. Again, number 156 out of 800. And then a smaller look, video-wise, of the base itself. Very simple, clean, definitely very museum quality. And here we go, taking out of the box. Again, museum style. I definitely do like the fake snow that they put on there. If you're not careful, it will brush off, at least the pieces of it. So I was pretty careful when I was moving around the statue. As I can see here, the details for the street, the pavement, and the snow is very, very well done. As JND likes to say, they are detail oriented, and it definitely shows. Still a very simple museum style replica base, nice and short, so it easily fits in a detolf. I do put it on the bottom so it doesn't break the glass. And there's a little bit closer look at the snow, look at that detail. And then here we are looking at the different parts. You do get one of two different arms. That is the one arm that's actually holding on, or should I say that would hold on to the pistol. And you also have a removable magnet for the thumb itself. As you can see by the texturing of the gloves, the sculpting is extremely detailed and painted very well. Here is one of the magnetic thumbs that affixes to that arm itself. Again, you put in the gun and then this thumb in order to close that loop so she'd be gripping the pistol. The next arm is the arm that you would use if you were wanting her to hold on to her goggles or the broken or split Batman hood. Again, the detailing, the sculpting, and the paintwork, very subtle, very well done, great texture work. Again, also the thumb itself is exposed, so you can connect it to the magnetic thumb. Here's a shot of the legs. You can see the boots are very well sculpted and textured. It completely looks like leather. And then the bodysuit itself, again, very well textured, and even fooled a lot of people that upon first sight thought that this was a mixed media piece. And that's just how extremely detailed this sculpt is. Very amazing. A good sheen on the belt buckle. And again, even though everything is sculpted, it looks like mixed media because the paint and the detail work is so intricate and well done. And here are the glasses, which you can put onto her face, or you can have her hold on to them. The goggles do, of course, slip up. And here is the Batman cowl that is broken or split apart by Bane. I decided to place this on the base, but you can also have her holding it with one of her other right arms and, again, the right hand. Next up is we've got the pistol. Now, my only gripe with this pistol is that while it is sculpted and detailed very well, there are no moving parts. It's completely made out of plastic, no metal, and I do understand they probably did that because they didn't want it to weigh it down, especially since the arms are affixed by a magnet. So more than likely they didn't want to, of course, have the extra weight drag the arm down, but the magnets for the arms are actually pretty strong. And here is the left arm and hand already affixed together. And then this is in this pose, once you affix it, she's actually holding on to her belt buckle once you do attach it to the figure. And a quick look of the sculpt itself before getting on, placing the body on the base. You can see those steel tipped or heel tipped boots made out of steel or chrome. Very well done and painted. Again, you can see that detail work, the curvature, the lines, the subtle painting and shading. Very well done. And of course, the rooted hair and the plastic covering the head to protect that silicone sculpt. Of course, does have lashes as well for the eyes and glass eyeballs as per JND standards. Again, this is a 1/3 scale, so it is amazing how much detail they were able to fit in into such a small scale. Looking at the back, again, looking at that excellent detail work. Everything you see there is just not painted, it's actually textured and sculpted. And they did an amazing job with the hair, even better than Wonder Woman. If you do have this piece, I do recommend having a small comb handy to comb or brush the hair. Here she is unmasked, and personally I think it's a very, very good likeness of Anne Hathaway, the actress. Uh, I definitely do agree with some folks that are saying that she looks a little older, but personally the way I think of it is it's basically Anne Hathaway in the Catwoman persona without foundation or concealer. The detail that's been that they were able to create with that silicone head is amazing. There's even pores, there's little wrinkles, and honestly, with a 1/3 scale, you're not going to be looking up close to the statue. So from a normal distance, viewing distance of about 12 inches away, it's definitely Anne Hathaway as Catwoman. Now, once you do have the goggles on, it looks even more like Anne Hathaway Catwoman. But it definitely looks more like Anne Hathaway the actress versus maybe possibly how she was. And of course, depending on the view or the lighting, you don't see those wrinkles or those little extra details as much, so it's a little smoother. And I think that's why Queen Studios looks like it might do well because honestly, you can only do so much with that polyresin head or the resin head they're doing or PVC head. And so you can't have as much texture when it comes to the skin and the pores. And I think that's one of the reasons why the silicone head looks so awesome. And here's the view with the goggles on. You do have to brush the hair back. You can also decide, of course, which way to pose her. I decided to go with, at the end, to go with without the goggles on, as I am going to have the Queen Studios 1/3 piece with her on the bat pod, and she'll have goggles with that statue. So for this statue, I decided to go with the unmasked or without the goggles. Again, looks amazing. The rooted hair is very well done. Hats off to JND and the stylist. And of course, here we are lifting it up. And of course, once you do that, it's 100%. Anne Hathaway, Catwoman from The Dark Knight Rises. Again, honestly, it's because once you do have that mask on, it does hide those extra little pores and wrinkles that you don't really see unless you're in person and actually looking at the actor or actress up close. And I think that's one of the things that you do get to see with a lot of the more professional photographers that have this statue is that they are, of course, taking high res DSLR pictures that are completely macroed and zoomed up. So, of course, you do see every wrinkle and everything else. But from a normal distance with standard lighting, this is just natural light with an overhead dining room light above it as well. And I think this looks amazing. Some more still shots. Those glass eyes reflect everything so well. Again, J&D still top of their game, regardless of what the naysayers say. For me, this is definitely one of their better pieces. I personally prefer this over the Queen Studios, but the Queen Studios on the Batpod has not arrived yet, so who knows which one will be better until, of course, the other one does arrive. Again, the detailed work and the sculpture is very well done on the full costume. There's the actual promo shot that they took the kind of pose out of. Some liberties, of course, were taken, but definitely is a good match. A couple more shots of the head sculpt. Again, looking through the body itself and the pose, I decided to go with her holding on to the pistol and the cowl down on the base. Again, a lot of folks have been, or at least there are a lot of naysayers on the web, and you are definitely entitled to your opinion. Personally, I think they did a excellent job, and I think you can definitely pose it or display it in whichever way you want. And as you can see there, all the little wrinkles and pores completely stand out once you're macroed and zoomed up close, which you definitely, I don't think you can capture in any type of resin or polystone, which is one thing that silicone does very well, besides feel pretty much real. This is how I'm going to pose her without the mask. Hair swept to the side. Again, personally, I think amazing. Without the mask, I would say as Catwoman in the movie, probably a 9 out of 10. But as far as Anne Hathaway, the actress, as Catwoman, for me, a 10 out of 10. As you can see there with the shots, she does actually have thick lips. For all those people saying that her lips were sculpted too thick, actually look at some of Anne Hathaway's pictures. And there's another video shot itself. Again, this is how I am going to be posing the figure, or should I say displaying the statue. There is also a upper zipper at the top that does move a little bit. Of course, nothing zips down. It is a fully sculpted statue, besides, of course, the silicone head and the rooted hair. This was pretty normally futzed out of the box. Didn't have to do too much. I did just use a quick small brush to brush it to the side. Great line and sculpture. You do see all the subtle shading and nuances for the quote-unquote suit. I like how it's not perfect. There's creases everywhere like a normal human body would have wearing this type of a suit. So very well done. And there's that little zipper that does move. Again, it doesn't do anything else. It is a fully sculpted bodysuit. But there we go, folks. And as you can see, as far as a quick overview and review, for me, this statue is a solid 9 out of 10, even a 9.5 out of 10.